output. To write a comment, you use 2 forward slashes, and the text should be grayed out. Comments are good as notes for yourself or for other developers. Let's add a comment that this is my first Java program. When we run this, this won't display as output. It's really just used as notes. We still have our output. It hasn't changed. You can even add a multi-line comment with a forward slash, then an asterisk. To end a multi-line comment, you need an asterisk, then a forward slash. I'll write, this is a multi-line comment. This won't output either. We don't see either of these comments. This is specific for IntelliJ, but you can change the console font and the colors. I kind of find this hard to read. To do that, we're going to go to the top menu. Under File, go to Settings. Under Color Scheme, go to Console Font. Here you can change the font if you would like. Or the colors. I'll change the colors. I'll make the output bright green so it's easier to read. I'll go to Console, Standard Output, and select a new color. I'll select something green. Apply, and I think that looks pretty good. It's more readable that way. I'll also change the system output too. I'll make it kinda grayed out. That's pretty good. Yeah, and there's our output. I like pizza, it's really good, buy me pizza. Now a shortcut to type system.out.println, if you're using IntelliJ, is to type SOUT, then hit tab. That's going to auto-generate a printline statement for you. I didn't realize this trick until a little bit later, so you don't always need to type out this statement. You can just auto-generate it. Alright everybody, and that is your first Java program. Your homework in the comments section is to post 3 printline statements. Maybe type a poem or some song lyrics or something. And well everybody, that is your first Java program. Alright everybody, so we are moving on to variables in Java. Probably back in elementary school or middle school, you learned about variables. In algebra, a variable was a representation of a number. Well, in programming we have variables too. A variable is a reusable container for a value. A variable behaves as if it was the value it contains. But variables can contain more than just numbers. They can contain characters and even entire words. There's different data types. A whole number would be an integer. A number that includes a decimal would be a double. There's 2 categories of variables we'll discuss: primitive and reference. Primitive variables are simple values, like numbers. They're stored directly in memory, usually in a location known as the stack. Reference variables actually hold memory addresses on the stack. They point to a location in a different area known as the heap. Think of it this way. If I give you a primitive variable, that would be the same as me handing you $10. But if I give you a reference variable, a memory address, that would be the same as me giving you an IOU that says I owe you $10, but the actual money I owe you is at the bank. That might be a beginner's way of thinking of the difference between a primitive and reference data type. Primitive, I'm giving you $10. A reference data type, I'm giving you an IOU that I owe you $10. We'll discuss the different data types. We'll begin with integers. An int, short for integer, is a primitive data type. I'll show you how we can create an integer variable. In Java, there's 2 steps to creating a variable. The first is declaration. The second is assignment. Let's say we would like to create a variable that stores a whole number, an integer. With the first step of declaration, we're going to first type the data type of what we would like to store exactly. So for integers, we will type int. Then we should think of a unique variable name. We don't want to say x or something similar. That would make sense in basic algebra. But in programming, you want your variables to be descriptive. Like, shut up. In programming, you want your variables to be descriptive. So let's say we are working with, let's say, int age. End this line with a semicolon. So this is declaration, step 1. We are creating a variable named age. If I was to print my variable of age, system.out.println, Let's print age and see what it is. Variable age might not have been initialized. We're using a variable, but we've never given it a value. We've never completed step 2 of assignment.